Hey, OLFMs! Welcome to another edition of the Pandemic Paulcast. It is Thursday, May the 13th, and wow, what a wonderful couple of days we've had here in Open Learning. And I've been delighted to have had so many OLFMs joining us for the OLFM workshop, which happens typically every year. As you know, we had to cancel it last year, and this year we are running the workshop online. But wow, I think we were thinking it might be a little low key compared to other years, but we've had such great turnout and so many great questions in the chat, participation in the different sessions we've run. It's been really terrific to see you all there, and I know I've visited with quite a few of you in our sort of weekly or daily socials at the end of the first couple of days. We have one more day left. We've got a couple of great sessions tomorrow. We've got a session on accessibility. We've got a session on the reimagining process for the delivery department that we've been working on for the last several months, and exciting developments there. And then finally, at the end of the day, we have a sort of an all-star panel discussion looking at the future of higher education and thinking a little bit about what has changed over the last 12 months. And how might that change how we look at higher ed and also at TRU. So really looking forward to seeing you all there tomorrow. The sessions have been recorded, I believe, so we should be able to have those out there for you who haven't been able to join us. But thank you to those of you who have, and I do hope those of you who haven't been able to come can check out those sessions as well later on. And finally, before I move on from that, a huge thank you to Sarah Langlois, Melissa Sherman, and John Fulton, who's helped a lot with the tech side of things as well. What a terrific job you've done. It's been a great event, and so wonderful to be able to do this for our OLFMs. And we really do look forward to having you all here back in Kamloops before you know it. So thank you again for coming, and I look forward to tomorrow. A few little news items to share with you tonight. First of all, just a reminder for OLFMs, especially for those new OLFMs who've joined us lately, just a reminder that there are software applications available to you that you can download from the TRU website as a TRU employee. You don't need to have your own copy of Microsoft Office, for example. That is free for all TRU employees and students. You can install that on your own computer that you're working with at home. You can install that on multiple devices, I believe. I'll send you the links to that, but I just wanted to mention that because I did hear about an OLFM who didn't realize this and was paying for their own copy of Office. Stop. You don't have to do that. We can set you up with that. So I will share that link to you in tonight's newsletter. Also, wow, another interesting thing that happened here earlier this week, was we had a town hall hosted by TRU with Dr. Bonnie Henry. And Dr. Henry was talking about not only the return to campus for post-secondary institutions across the province, but really just sort of where things are sitting in terms of COVID and vaccinations and all that stuff across the province of British Columbia. So please do check that out. I'll post the link in the newsletter as well. Not every day that we get emails from NASA. I got another one today from our friend Mark Kushner, who is a astrophysicist and citizen science officer for NASA's Science Mission Directorate. And as I mentioned to you before, we had a great visit with Mark and some other people on his team. Ron, who teaches astronomy, was there. Michelle Harrison, one of our instructional designers, and a wonderful student named Rebecca, who was named one of the top citizen scientists by NASA in response to some work that she'd done in the citizen science project there. I think Backyard Planets was the project she was working on, and inspired by the work that she did in Ron's class. And that led her to, really a career change and some really exciting things. So Mark at NASA was asking me to let you all know that May 21st and 22nd, they're hosting an event called SitSciCon, which is a free virtual event where they're helping members of the public find the right citizen science project for them. So something to share with your students, and also perhaps something that you'd be very interested in as well. So I'll post the link to that on our newsletter for tonight. couple of reminders about deadlines coming up. If you'd like to apply to the Innovation Fund from Open Learning, please do apply by May the 30th, and we will start taking a look at those applications so we can get you going on some, very innovative projects, I'm sure, over the course of the summer. Also, by tomorrow, please, by the end of the day tomorrow, if you are interested in serving as an Open Learning faculty member representative on the Integrated Strategic Plan Steering Committee that the Provost is organizing, we need to put forward 2 names of OLFM reps who would like to serve. We've had a number of people volunteer so far, but I would definitely like to just make sure that that opportunity is out there for everybody. And once we have that, the leadership and I will take a look and see if we can find a good balance of people to be part of that committee. So please do think about that. It might be a really interesting opportunity. AI Symposium. Wow, I think I mentioned last week the Canadian National Academic Integrity Symposium is happening in June 22nd and 23rd, hosted by TRU. And, we put the website up last week, I believe it was, with help from a number of people, including our friend Brenna Clark-Gray over in Learning Technology, and Todd and I, and Catherine Dischke-Hansel in Kelt, and a few of us are working on the organizing of this big event. And it's going to be a big one because, wow, after just a week or so of registration being open, we're now at about 400 registrants for that event. And we've had proposals for presentations from all over the world, New Zealand, Sweden, elsewhere in Europe. And we're really excited about what that's looking like. So please do check that out. Sign up. It's going to be a terrific event. And, before I forget, it is Poutine for Thursday, so happy Poutine for Thursday. That's a little bit of what's left of the giant plate of poutine that I consumed a little earlier from courtesy of our friends at Alchemy Brewing. And just to note, also sponsoring local businesses in BC, of course. Enjoying a little Blackstone Porter from Driftwood Brewery in Victoria. So highly recommended. Anyhow, the other thing I wanted to mention, had a couple of questions, and I'll post more about this in the newsletter, and maybe in another newsletter over the coming weeks. A great question from Monica at the both in the academic integrity plenary yesterday and in the exam session today for the Open Learning faculty member workshop. Asking questions about some of the courses where we have had historically only final projects or final essays in the courses, and our move to try to add final exams to some of those. And it was a great question, and I want to make sure that I give it due attention. Probably not enough time to do that tonight, so I'll detail it more later. But I did want to say that, one of our goals is really some of these courses where we only have final projects and we have no final exams. We've been finding that those are courses where, especially as we've moved over to things like ProctorU and also checking identification when we have in-person exams, these tend to be some of the courses where we've seen a growth in academic integrity cases, and particularly around contract cheating. So one of the things that we've been trying to do is to introduce some invigilated assessment, invigilated final assessment probably, for all of these courses if we can. But we don't want to do it in a way that is just sort of just trying to put like a 40 or 50% final exam on there. No, we really do want to keep the spirit of that course and to try to find some sort of invigilated assessments that really do follow all we know about best practices in student engagement and student learning, and really promoting deep learning. So they may wind up being final invigilated assessments that are really, based on reflection. Tell us about what you learned in this course, rather than, sort of a huge multiple choice final exam that's aiming to sort of uncover all the things that the student didn't know or didn't learn. We're really trying to make these positive experiences, but also to just lend a little bit of more weight to making sure that we are confirming identity of students and improving the security on some of those courses. So it's a fine balance, and I really appreciate those questions. And I know it's not an easy one. And the IDs and I have been, struggling with this issue and talking about it a lot, really, over the last year. And there's no easy answer, but I think we're really trying our best to come up with ones that are still really focused on student learning in the ways that those final projects and final essays do when they work really well. And I hope we're getting there, but I really do appreciate the feedback and ideas, and do welcome your thoughts on this as well. So please do reach out, let us know what you're thinking about those, and we will do our best to build on all the knowledge that we all have to try to make our courses better and better. So that is it for me, signing off on a rather dark poutine for Thursday, and at the end of a long day of our OLFM workshop. I wish you very well, and I look forward to seeing you here next week from the corner of 3rd and St. Paul. So please do take good care of yourselves. Thank you for all that you do for open learning and for our students, and I will see you next week.